Hi, Patrizia. My name's Kayte, and I'm going to be the nurse to talk to you today. Is it okay if I sit down?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. These are just a few communication tools I'm going to use to guide our conversation today. Do you know what's brought you in here today?
Yeah, I got in a really bad car accident and busted up my left wrist and just hasn't been the same since.
Okay. Do you know what caused your car accident?
It's hard to remember, the situation's kind of foggy, but I do know I had a few drinks before the accident happened, so.
Okay, so from what you're telling me, you think that alcohol could have contributed to your car accident that's brought you here with your injuries?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, would you mind if we talked a little bit more about your alcohol use?
I guess.
Okay. How much are you currently drinking?
Every day.
Every day? Do you only use alcohol or do you use other substances such as cigarette or some type of illegal drug?
No, I don't smoke.
Okay, so it's just alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a little a tool here that can help to just give me information about how much you're drinking and how we can help you, okay? And so I'm going to ask you a few questions about your alcohol use.
Okay, what is the tool called?
It's called Audit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a alcohol use disorders identification test. So just help me to identify the parts of drinking that and how it's impacting you.
All right.
Okay, so how often do you have a drink containing alcohol?
I have one every day.
Every day? How many drinks containing alcohol do you have on a typical day when you're drinking?
About 6 to 7.
6 to 7? So a drink for you, what is that? Do you mix it with a soda? Like what would you say drink? Is it a shot glass? Is it a double shot glass? Like can you please define to me what a drink is?
A shot glass.
A shot glass, so you take shots.
Yeah.
What kind of alcohol do you drink?
I prefer gin.
Okay, so you take 6 to 7 shots, a typical size like 1.5 ounce of gin.
Yeah.
6 to 7 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How often do you have 6 or more drinks on one occasion? Every day?
Yeah.
6 to 7 a day. How often during the last year have you found that you're not able to stop drinking once you have started? Every day. How often during the last year have you failed to do what was normally expected from you because of your drinking?
Maybe monthly.
Monthly? So once a month something happens and you can't do it because of your drinking. Okay. Thank you for being so open with me. How often during the last year have you needed a drink the first thing in the morning to get yourself going?
I have a drink every morning.
So you drink in the mornings?
Yeah.
Do you drink just in the mornings or throughout the day?
Throughout the day.
Okay. But you start in the mornings?
Yeah.
Okay. How often during the last year have you had a feeling of guilt or remorse after drinking?
Yeah, I occasionally feel remorseful after a drink.
Okay, occasionally. So would you say monthly or weekly?
Monthly.
Monthly? Okay. How often during the last year have you been unable to remember what happened the night before because you had been drinking?
It doesn't often happen to me.
Doesn't often happen. So this question I think is trying to ask you ever have a blackout from?
Not typically.
Not typically. Would you say less than monthly or monthly?
Less than monthly.
Less than monthly? Okay. Have you or someone else ever been injured as a result of your drinking?
I mean, my wrist is injured, so it's myself.
Okay. Now is that the first accident that's occurred or has there been past ones?
No, there's been a few more.
Okay. Has a relative or friend or a doctor or another healthcare worker ever been concerned about your drinking and suggested that you cut down?
No, this is the first time I've ever talked about it.
Okay. So it's been a secret since before this
Yeah.
time? Okay. Okay, thank you for answering my questions. So based off of your responses and the score that this audit tool has given your alcohol use, it suggests that you may be at risk for problems related to your alcohol use, and I'm really concerned about this. Okay, so I want to just talk a little bit more about your feelings about alcohol. Can you tell me the good things that come about when you drink alcohol?
Yeah, I mean, alcohol just really helps me to deal with my job, my husband, and my marriage, and helps me sleep.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from that is that you maybe have stress from your marriage and your job?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have difficulty sleeping, and so you use alcohol as your coping mechanism for these things?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me about the not so good things that come about when you drink alcohol?
I mean, ever since I started drinking alcohol, I've been having problems in my marriage, and I don't like how I need it every day now.
Okay, so just for clarification, you drink to deal with the stress that comes from your marriage and from work, but alcohol has caused stress in your marriage. So you're using it as a coping mechanism, but it's also an influencing factor on that stress. Okay. So do you see that as the connection between stress and your alcohol use?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know of any of the risks that come with the risky behavior of drinking? Have you ever been educated, or are you aware of the risks associated with alcohol?
No, I've never really heard of any risks.
Okay, well, I've reviewed your charts, and I'm a little concerned about your BMI and your blood pressure and your pulse rate. So you've been drinking for the past 18 months, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and over the past year, your BMI has drastically changed from a 19, which is a healthy body mass index, to a 17.5, which is below a healthy. It's in the unhealthy range. And do you think that that might be connected to your drinking alcohol daily?
Yeah, I guess since I've started drinking more, I haven't been that hungry.
You haven't been that hungry since you started drinking? Okay, well, so when you drink alcohol, well, from what I'm gathering from this is you drink alcohol instead of eating?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason that this could negatively impact your health is because when you're drinking your calories instead of eating them, alcohol doesn't have the nutrients in it that your body needs. And so this has caused your BMI to decrease into an unhealthy range. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now your heart rate is 130 and your blood pressure is 168/98. These are both elevated. Do you think that these might be associated with your drinking? They're negative factors that have come about because of your drinking?
I mean, I guess so. They seem to be fine before, so.
Okay. So have you ever noticed any social changes, like with your marriage or in your job, that have been impacted by the use of alcohol? You said that it's a stressor for your marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I've just wanted to be alone lately. I don't
Okay.
really enjoy being around people as much.
Okay, and so does that include from your husband?
Yeah.
Okay, so that could also be a risk associated with it. You wanting to be more isolated, and it's contributing to faults in your marriage. Okay. So let me see if I understand this so far. It sounds like your your alcohol use has increased over the past 18 months, and you used to drink socially, just a couple of drinks a day. You're up to 6 to 7 drinks a day, and your BMI has decreased because of it, because you're not getting the nutrients that you need, and your heart rate and blood pressure have increased, and it's become a stressor on your marriage. Is all of that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I now want to move on to assess your readiness to change. How ready would you say you are to quit drinking on a scale of 1 to 10? So here's a little scale. Not ready to change to ready to change. Can you please place where you are on this sliding scale?
I would say I'm a 6.
So you would say you're a 6 in the readiness to change scale. Why would you place yourself at a 6 and not a 3 or a 4?
Because I really would like to stop, I just don't know how.
So you would like to stop, you don't know how? Okay, now again, using the scale, I want to assess your confidence how confident you are in your ability to stop drinking. So with no confidence to full confidence, where would you say?
A 5.
So you're a 5. So you're a 6 on your readiness to change, and you're a 5 on your confidence in changing. Now, why did you pick a 5 and not a 3 or 4 for your confidence?
I've tried to stop, but I haven't been able to before.
Okay, so you've tried to stop drinking before and you weren't able to, and that's impacted your confidence in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a 6 is great on the readiness to change scale, and it shows that you're more than 60% ready to make this change. Would you say that that's correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and but your confidence is a 5, so you're only halfway confident that you would be able to make this change because you've tried before and failed at quit to stop drinking. Okay, well, let's try to negotiate a plan of change. Are there what besides drinking do you do that helps you to relax and let's just say to cool off after a hot day? Like what kind of things do you do to relieve stress?
I enjoy exercising. I used to play soccer regularly, but I've stopped now.
Okay, so you've stopped. Have you stopped because of your drinking?
I mean, I don't really know if that's why, but it's something that I'd like to start again. So.
Okay, so playing soccer and being active helps you to relieve stress. Okay, well then I would suggest that you would consider incorporating that into maybe on a weekly basis. You could try to go to the park and kick around a soccer ball, or maybe join some type of team.
Okay.
And I would also suggest that, because you said that you drink before you go to sleep at night, I would also suggest that you reduce your drinking before bedtime in order to help you sleep through the night and have a more efficient sleep.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about doing any type of like deep breathing or yoga to reduce stress?
No, I've never really thought of it.
Okay, well maybe I could teach you some techniques for deep breathing, because they're really, they can be really impactful to decrease stress, and you can use them anywhere.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, now let's try to come up with a goal for your decrease in alcohol. What do you want to be your goal? Like, what is your ultimate goal on where you want to be with your alcohol intake?
I'd like to be able to just go back to having a drink or two on a Friday night.
Okay, so you want to, from what you're telling me, you want to go back to how you were before you started drinking significantly more 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be able to have social drinking and not need it like you do now. Okay, what are some steps you think you can take to help you cut back on your drinking?
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how to quit drinking or what steps I need to take in order to stop. I mean, I've tried other stuff in the past and haven't been that successful. So.
What have you tried in the past?
I've tried to replace drinking with just being around my friends, but that just causes me to want to drink. So.
Is it because, why? Do they drink as well and it encourages it?
Maybe, I've never really thought about it.
Okay, well, I suggest that you're using alcohol as a coping mechanism currently. And so in order to cut back on your drinking, I suggest that you develop a new coping mechanism.
Okay, that sounds right.
Okay, and so like we talked about earlier, maybe playing soccer on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I think
just
that
to
would
start
help.
out. Yeah, I think that would help. And maybe learning a few techniques to decrease stress, such as deep breathing.
Yeah.
Maybe we could implement those, and that will help you cut back.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Okay. Do you have any sort of support system?
Yeah, I have my husband, and he's supportive, and he wants me to cut back on drinking too.
Okay, so drinking has caused stress in your relationship because your husband doesn't support it. Like,
Yeah.
you think he would be supportive of you cutting back?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. It sounds like you would have a great support system then. Okay, well, that sounds like a great plan, and I would like to see you next month to talk about how you're doing in your cutting back, and to ensure that you're implementing these new coping mechanisms. And at our visit, we can discuss alternative strategies for dealing with stress, maybe to implement a few more. And I'm going to give you some information for the treatment programs that may help. And I'm going to teach you some techniques like deep breathing, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for talking with me, and it was nice meeting you.